I'm Nadine Zawacki, and welcome to A Pinch of This and a Dash of That. Today, we're making roasted cauliflower and baked potato soup. Now, those of you who think that this vegetable is not very appealing, I'm going to change your mind. Now, cauliflower is a beautiful vegetable, and it's very easy to cut if you know a few tricks. First, when you get this lovely cauliflower, you're going to peel off these green stems from your cauliflower, just so you can get to the main stem of it. Peel that off. And now you have this little stem right here exposed. We're just going to trim that off a little bit. And we're going to cut this in half. You need a really big sharp knife and cut your cauliflower in half. Now, as you can see, the stems are exposed, which makes it very easy to cut away from this main stem. We're going to take our knife, we're just going to cut down through the stems, like this, and you can see how it falls right off. Nice and easy. And what you're left is with this. So now you have these nice little briquettes. So we're going to put this back in the colander, because we're going to rinse it after I'm done. I washed my cauliflower, and I used 2 heads of cauliflower and placed it on this cookie sheet. On the cookie sheet, I put parchment paper, because that helps with the browning process. And I took an onion, about this size, nice large onion, split it in half, and made these nice little chunks, which I'm going to also place on my cookie sheet, because we're going to roast the onion and the cauliflower together. And just to make that all complete, we're also going to add about 6 cloves of garlic to roast, because the garlic roasted and garlic fresh has different flavors. We're going to have different layers of flavors. So just about 6 of those. Now, I'm going to drizzle some olive oil over everything. Nice and drizzle on the cauliflower, the onion. Okay. I'm going to add some salt. Sprinkle some salt over everything. And some pepper. I have my I have my oven on for 350 degrees. It's been warming since we started. And I'm going to place this cookie sheet in there. And we're going to roast this for about 20 minutes, then remove your garlic clove, because then your garlic clove would disintegrate by the time everything else is needed to be roasted. Then you're going to place it back into the oven and for another 10 minutes, then turn everything so you'll get a nice brown color on the bottom of your cauliflower. It gives it a really rich flavor. And then put it in the oven again for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven and how it roasts. I've taken out the cauliflower and the onions, and you can tell that they have beautiful, nice roasted color. And they're nice and soft. And we're going to add it to this pot. But before we do that, what we're going to do with this big soup pot, I'll turn the heat on, add about 2 tablespoons of butter. And when that melts, I'm going to add half an onion and some, about 3 cloves of minced garlic. Butter's melted. I'm going to add the onions and the garlic to it. Now we're just going to let this cook a little bit until the onions get a little translucent. Cooked in the garlic, I'm going to add some pepper and some salt. Stir a little bit. Now I'm going to add the chicken broth, and I have about 3 containers. That just goes right in. Squeeze that baby out. And once I add the chicken broth, I'm going to add everything else in. My beautiful roasted vegetables, my baked potatoes. I used 5 baked potatoes that I quartered. So it's just, you don't have to quarter them, just makes it easier. And we're going to let everything just simmer for about a good 20-25 minutes so all the flavors can marry. So I'm going to add now my roasted garlic, my baked potato, and now our veggies. Might take me a little longer to do that, but we're going to add all these beautiful veggies in there, let it cook down, and also about 5 strips of already cooked bacon, because nothing's better than bacon in anything. And we're going to let that all sit in there, and I'll show you the next step after this is cooked. After I've had the soup, marry the flavors for about 20-30 minutes, I let it sit and cool before putting it into a blender and blending up all the ingredients together. So now you have a nice creamy consistency for your soup. At this point, when you put your soup back into your pot, you want to taste it to make sure if it needs any salt or pepper. This would be the time to add. So I'm just going to taste it. Yes, it could use just a little bit of pepper and just a little bit more salt. Okay, I'm going to stir that up, and at this point I'm going to add some cream to my soup to finish it off, and about that much for that pot. I don't know how much that was. I always go by looks. And stir that in, and I'm going to add the rest of this Parmesan cheese in there and stir that in, and that gives it a nice finish to your soup. Hope you enjoyed the roasted cauliflower and baked potato soup. It's something you can make the night before if you're having company, and wait until your company's there to reheat your soup and add the cream and Parmesan at that point. So until next time, have fun in the kitchen.